In this video, I'm going to cover which cloud certifications I believe you should aim for in 2026. I'll start off by covering the broader AWS certification landscape so you understand which certifications are currently available. Then I'm going to specifically give you my recommendations on which ones are the most important certifications to get in 2026. And that is going to be really around where the most demand is. In other words, where the most job opportunities are. There are some specific areas of this industry in which there are just far too few qualified people for companies. So there's a lot of demand, wages are getting higher and higher, and that's going to explode in 2026. I'm on the main webpage here for AWS certifications. So let's start off with the foundational level. So this is really kind of the bottom. It kind of, as you scroll down this page, we're going to the more advanced certifications. So we're kind of going up in terms of levels of difficulty. So this is the starting point for many people. The Cloud Practitioner has been around for several years now. That is essentially a kind of a basic level certification on AWS that's fairly broad in terms of its scope of coverage. It's going to teach you about lots of different AWS services, but at a fairly sort of low level. So not a lot of detail at that point, but it's a good starting point for many people. Then we've got the AI Practitioner. This is, I'd say, a little bit of a step up in terms of difficulty compared to the Cloud Practitioner, though it still sits at that foundational level. But now, of course, it's much more focused on AI. So here you'll need to understand things like what machine learning is at a basic level, generative AI, prompt engineering, a bit around the ethics of AI and some of the security concerns around AI as well. So very good certification to have to start getting some experience in that particular area, which is where there's certainly lots of demand. Now, then we have the associate level certifications. They're generally quite a big step up from the foundational level. So here the exams are getting quite a bit more difficult, but nothing quite like the professional level, which we'll get to shortly. Now, the ones we've had for some years now are the Solutions Architect, the Developer Associate, and the Cloud Ops Engineer Associate, which was previously called the SysOps Administrator Associate. They renamed it, but it's pretty much identical to the previous certification. It's just had a bit of a rebrand. So the Solutions Architect Associate is probably the broadest here. I think that this is one of the most important certifications for basically almost anyone working in the AWS arena. So it has a very broad coverage of lots of AWS services, and it goes to quite a decent amount of depth as well. So that's a good certification to have basically for everyone who's going to work in cloud. So don't get sort of confused by the fact that these are role specific. Now, of course, each of these certifications is role based. So solutions architects, obviously that means it's good for people who are going to become solutions architects. But especially with this one, I'd say you can ignore that to a certain degree. If you're a solutions architect, sure, you want to do it. But even if you're going to be working other job roles, this is a good certification to have because of its breadth of coverage. Really, solutions architecture is understanding the technology at a level where you can make good decisions as to which technology is the best one to use for a specific use case. Well, that's good knowledge for basically everyone. So that's a good certification to have. It's certainly the most popular AWS certification. Then we've got the Developer Associate, so more skewed towards people working in DevOps roles or development. And then the Cloud Ops Engineer, which again is kind of closely associated. And I would say that all three of these have a lot of overlap. In fact, when I first learned AWS, I spent around 2 months training for the Solutions Architects Associate. A week after passing that exam, I did the Developer Associate, and a week after that, I did what was then called the SysOps Administrator Associate. And the reason I really sort of compressed the timeline in terms of those latter two certifications was because the overlap was so great. So I already knew maybe 85% of what I needed to know for the Developer Associate. I went and did another course and I learned some new things that weren't covered in the Solutions Architect, and then I was ready for the exam. Same with the SysOps, now called the Cloud Ops. So there's a lot of overlap between those, which is why, again, my recommendation is almost everybody wants to do the Solutions Architect, even if you're then going on to do one of these other ones. We then have the Machine Learning Engineer Associate and the Data Engineer Associate. Of course, again, role specific, and definitely for these ones, this is where you're moving more towards those types of roles, where you're going to be training machine learning models, where you're going to be working in data engineering. Again, there is overlap between these two, not a huge amount, but there's definitely some overlap, but they are also part of a pathway. So if you're going to become a machine learning expert expert, you're going to go into the pro level as well, which we'll get to shortly for Gen AI development, then these two certifications are certainly useful. After that, we then have the professional certifications. So now the ones that have been around a long time are Solutions Architect Associate and DevOps Engineer Professional. The Solutions Architect Professional is a very difficult exam. Now, this is one that really goes very deep on a broad set of technologies. So it really does expose any gaps in your understanding of those technologies. It's a very difficult exam. The questions are quite long and lengthy. The answers are quite lengthy as well. And so it's quite a challenging exam for sure. You want to make sure that before you get to this one, you've done the associate level certifications. In fact, my recommendation for SA Pro is that you've not just done the Solutions Architect Associate, but you've also done the Developer Associate and even the Cloud Ops Engineer as well. You really want to make sure that you're ready. The DevOps Engineer Professional is a bit easier than the SA Pro. And I say that as a solutions architect, even as someone who has decades of experience in solutions architecture and not in DevOps engineering, I found this one a bit easier. But nevertheless, it is a pro level exam. Now, the new one is the Gen AI Developer Professional. You can see that right now, as I record this video, it's in beta. So at some point in 2026, it's going to be finally released. So it won't be a beta exam anymore, but you can actually go and take this exam at this particular point in time as well. So now this one, of course, is very much more focused on generative AI, as the name suggests. And this is a huge area of demand right now. So I haven't taken this exam yet. I will be taking this soon. This is a really important certification, I believe. We'll talk more about this in a moment. But before we get to that, let's go to the specialty certifications. Now, there used to be a couple more of these, but they've been retired. And in fact, the machine learning specialty is being retired as well in 2026. So late March 2026, that one will be gone. And the only two that are left are the security specialty and the advanced networking specialty. Now, are these going to remain? Well, yes, I believe they are. The security specialty has just been changed from one exam code to another, which means AWS has refreshed the material, added in some new services and role tasks that you need to understand for security on AWS. So I don't think that one's going anywhere. I think the advanced networking will probably go the same way. They'll probably update that again soon. I could be wrong, but I believe that that one's going to remain because it is an important certification. As I mentioned, machine learning is disappearing. And that's really because I think there's more of a shift for companies towards actually developing production-ready generative AI solutions. So while machine learning is important, we still do have the machine learning at the associate level, the machine learning engineer associate. But I think the gap has been that companies are saying we really need people who can actually just build actual working applications. It's not as much about training the models, it's more about building the application itself. So that's where this comes in. So there's some machine learning in there, but there's much more around things like agentic AI workflows, building actual AI solutions, so things that actually deliver some kind of AI-enabled service to the consumer. So what are my recommendations for the most important certifications in 2026? Well, firstly, I will say that an important thing to understand is that there is jobs growth in this industry. We hear a lot about how AI is taking jobs, and that might be true for some job roles, some administrative and sort of low-level jobs. But in tech itself, we're seeing growth. Why are we seeing growth? Well, of course, there's huge amounts of investment and money coming in from companies starting to utilize and build services in the cloud using AI for the actual AI platforms themselves. So AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, Oracle, they are all cloud platforms that are benefiting in a big way from the explosion in demand for AI-enabled applications, agentic workflows, and so on and so forth. So we're seeing jobs growth for all roles associated with deploying, managing, architecting applications and services in the cloud. That means solutions architects, DevOps engineers, cloud ops engineers, site reliability engineers, technical account managers. All job roles benefit because of the growth in this particular industry. And then there's some areas that are just exploding, and those are, of course, job roles associated with AI itself. Machine learning engineers, data engineers, Gen AI developers, prompt engineers, and many more job roles, and especially the job roles where you have a specialist skill set in building applications that are Gen AI enabled. And this is especially true for the more specialist job roles around engineering for generative AI and machine learning. There's huge demand with people with this skill set, and there's just not enough people with those skills, which is becoming a problem for companies. And it's going to be a real constraint as we move into 2026 for companies. And it's going to be a real job opportunity for those of us who have this skill set or who are currently working towards developing this skill set. So definitely the biggest demand is going to be for people with AI skills. So coming back to the AWS website, the AI practitioner is going to be a really useful certification. I think everybody should have this certification. Doesn't matter what job role you're doing in the cloud, get this certification. It will help you in your career for sure. Then for those who are focusing on building an AI skill set, machine learning engineer associate's the next one, and data engineering, definitely go for those certifications. And then I think this certification, the Gen AI Developer Pro, is going to be a very popular certification in 2026 as it's finally released in its final form. I think companies are going to really value this, and I think this is a differentiator for anyone who earns it. Now, it's very important to note that hands-on skills are required in addition to the certifications. The certifications alone will not get you the job because they just prove that you know a lot of knowledge, but you actually have to be able to apply that knowledge in the real world. So make sure that you develop a strong skill set, a hands-on skill set while you're moving through AWS certifications. Otherwise, it's going to be a challenge in the industry today to actually land that job. So you want to build a strong skill set and find a way to actually showcase that as a portfolio of work that you've done to employers. That's going to help you land the job. Now, what we do, we have our Cloud Mastery Bootcamp program, which is a live training program, instructor-led, plus lots of on-demand, plus lots of challenges and capstone projects and portfolio pieces. So if you want to work with me and my team and build an advanced skill set, we have different pathways, including AI and machine learning engineering. You can check the link in the description of this video if you'd like to learn more.